Well, I'm back. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been like a real minute. It's been a tough couple weeks, man. Like, really has been. So, trying to eat. So, part of the pauses. Okay, this food's actually pretty good. Okay, so um, well, I will explain why I was gone in the main channel video, which will be coming out today too. I'll explain that more. I'll explain that more when we are doing that. Yeah. But today we are going to be talking about NBA playoffs, specifically the second round. So I'm going to talk about the first round first, and then the second round. So let's analyze every series. Let's start with the top teams in both conferences. The Phoenix Suns and the Pelicans was surprisingly closer than everybody thought. Nobody thought the Pelicans were able to push this to 6, but nobody thought that Devin Booker was going to miss a couple games too. Chris Paul actually did pretty well when Devin Booker was out. He did have some moments where he wasn't good, but he closed out that series with the most perfect game I could possibly see in a playoff game. 33 points, no misses. He did not end off on a miss. He did not miss a shot in that game. Near from the field, 3, or the free throw line. That is just legendary. He is probably he's definitely going to be a top 5 point guard of all time when it's all said and done for his career. He's definitely top 7. He's 100% going to be a top 5 point guard. That championship would definitely put him in that top 5 list. He's already 5 for me. He's number 5 on my list, so he'll just raise it up a little higher. Maybe 4, maybe 3. It ain't matter. But I do want to say the Pelicans, y'all better watch out for the Pelicans. Like the Pelicans with Zion, this team with Zion, if they can work it out and not be like the 2019 Celtics, and they can work it out and have chemistry, oh my god, they're going to be at least a top 5 team in the league next year. If everything works out, there's no chemistry problems, they got to be at least a top 5 team. They got to at least have home court advantage in the first round. But the Pelicans team, they got some experience on them from this year, and that's good. Heat versus Hawks. I actually expected this series to be a 7-game series if Trae Young went off. Well, Trae Young got completely locked up, and it was basically a sweep, but it was a 5-game. It was a 5-game series, but it felt like it was going to be a sweep from game 1 onwards. Like, it really did feel like a sweep. And Trae Young had, I don't think he had any good game. He had like one decent game there, one win, but that was just a game-winning shot. Everything else, he was just horrible. Oh my goodness, he played horrible. He got locked up. The Hawks, they gotta start thinking of how they could build around Trae Young, cause this team is not it. And the Heat, well, they just showed everybody that they are not. They are contenders, and they are not going. They're not the last year's Heat. And they're not bad. They are going to come in here, and if y'all ain't as good as them, or ain't as great as them, or ain't going to play as hard as them, then y'all probably going to get knocked off the court. Memphis and Minnesota. Oh my god, that was bad. Memphis and Minnesota. I actually expected this to kind of be a 7 game series. And after game 1, I knew this was going to be a tough series. And the Grizzlies played well, even though John Moran, he didn't have any outstanding performances. He did have the game winning layup in game 5, but other than that, it was just there. There. But also, I really do like that the Timberwolves got some experience. They kind of just need to develop more, like D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, even Anthony Edwards. They need to get some playoff experience, like 1 year playoff experience, and then next year in the playoffs, they're not gonna be so well. I don't know, because all the players on the team, except for if Patrick Beverly, don't have much playoff experience, if not any at all. Like D'Angelo Russell been to the playoffs once before. Karl Anthony Towns been to the playoffs once before. Guess what? They both got eliminated in the first round. Anthony Edwards, no playoff experience. Malik Beasley, he was on those Nuggets teams. I don't know which Nuggets teams, but he definitely he probably had 1 year of playoff experience. Right? I don't know. But he have some sort of playoff experience. I think he was on that 2020 in the Nuggets team. That doesn't matter. He probably did. He probably was. Not really it. There were some variants, but it wasn't like much to say. So the Grizzlies having 1 more year of playoff experience on their belts than the that kind of gave him the edge a little bit, and also just being the better team overall. The Celtics and the Nets was the most disappointing series of all of the playoffs. I expected that to be the best series of the first round, and it was all a sweep. To be honest, it kind of was a close sweep. Game 1 was won by a game-winning layup. Game 2 was won by Celtics, won by 7. I think, yeah. I don't even think the final score wasn't within 10 for all the games, which shows how close the Nets were to winning. Like, if they just won game 1, they probably would have been able to maybe win the series. KD and Kyrie both were locked up. Kyrie after game 1, KD the entire series. Like, literally, I don't know how the Celtics were able to do that to Kevin Durant. I thought that the man would never have a bad series. Wouldn't have a bad series. He would just have an underperforming series. I never thought he was gonna be that bad. I'm like, wow. I never seen this. I thought Kevin Durant was basically, he was going to feast, but nah. The Celtics basically have the best defense in the league. They have the best defense in the league. And I feel like the Defensive Player of the Year should have been in just the entire Celtics roster. Not the entire Celtics, but like, it should have been just given to the Celtics. Not to Marcus Smart, but just to the Celtics. Like, it should be Defensive Player of the Year award goes to the Celtics. No one on the team, the Celtics. Because there was no real one-on-one defender to lock up both Kyrie and KD. No. It was all team stuff. So, that's how I gotta go with it. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing. I expected it to be a 7-game series, but it kind of felt a little bit like a 7-game series. A bit. But it really couldn't have been. Like, it felt in like the games, it felt. But after like game 3 and 4, it was like and that Ben Simmons is the most disappointing player in the league. Man's literally quit on the Sixers because they criticized him because he couldn't play in the fourth quarter. Demanded a trade. Then when he got traded, he wanted all his money back that he willingly decided not to take because he didn't want to play. And then had a back injury. I don't know how that works. Then was reported to be back for the later part of the Celtics series. I think when they were like game 3 or game 4, then was suddenly out after the Celtics went up 3-0 on the Nets. I'm sorry, but Ben Simmons cannot be on. Like, I'm sorry. They should trade him. Like, this is really ridiculous. Like, they should trade him to a team like Indiana for Miles Turner. Like, trade Ben and a couple role players for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Like, something like that. That makes a lot more sense than keeping him. That really makes no sense. Now we're going to talk about the 3-16 Golden State Warriors versus the Nuggets. The first 2 games felt like a sweep. The third game, it was like, okay, they actually got close. And then Golden State lost the fourth game, which was I feel like the Nuggets kind of really won this game, but almost lost this game. Like, literally, I think the Nuggets were up like 17 at the third quarter or something like that, or like the first half. And then they lost the lead. I think they lost the lead. I think they were like down 1. And then Golden State just couldn't finish it off. I'm like, oh my god. Like, they were down 17. Golden State was down 17, almost 1. That was surprising. And then game 5 was pretty close too. Like the Nuggets, they had a lot of effort. They just couldn't pull it off. Like, they could have won game 3 and game 5. But they lost both of them. Kind of because, well, in the last 2 minutes they couldn't do much. Because Jokic was getting locked up. Not really. I actually didn't watch many of the games. I actually didn't watch any of the games. Actually, I watched the first half of game 5. Then I had to fall asleep because I had a test in the morning, so that sucked. But actually, it's the game going. I'm recording this while at the beginning of the Memphis Warriors game, so I'm going to kind of get ties to that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to record my main channel video, and then I'm going to watch the game. Yeah, there goes my priorities. NBA. But and also, dang, the Bucks are up by 12 with 4 minutes left. Jeez. Okay, let's say this. I'm going to talk about 360 Sixers and Raptors. Oh my god, I swear. The 76ers are probably going to be the most confusing team in the playoffs. Bro, they were up 3-0. With 2 games, they blew them out. And then a game-winning buzzer beater. They lost back-to-back games. And everybody was like, oh my god, imagine they blew a 3-0 lead. And then they win game 6. And now Embiid's out. He's out for both game 1 and game 2 against the Heat. With a concussion, I think some sort of fracture. I think it's like an orbital fracture or something. And then a torn ligament in his thumb. I think that was the reason why they play well in games 4 and 5. Now I don't know about game 6. But James Harden, I'm sorry, but you have to just turn yourself back to Houston, James Harden, for these first 2 games. You have to. I'm sorry. If you cannot average like 25 a game in these first, at least 25 a game in these first 2 games, at least close to 30 a game on good efficiency, and not turn the ball over, then that the Heat will beat the Sixers in no less than 6 games. And no more than 6 games. I'm sorry. But we're going to talk about the second round later. I think the Raptors are like one like real closer guy away from being a contender. Like, but they can't like move on from the core. I think they just need like they are a solid team, but they just need like one more. Like they're right on that door to being contenders, but like they just need that closer guy or that superstar caliber guy, or maybe more firepower. Like they could either pull something like they can pull like something like something like a Giannis or something, like the Bucks have like that one superstar player, and have like all these good role players, or have like this good second star, they're and they're good role players like that. Or they could pull a Miami Heat and have just like a great team and have that one guy who could close it out, who could be a good closer. They could go that route. I don't know how they gonna run things, but they're definitely a good team. The 4th, 5th seed, Utah Jazz versus the Dallas Mavericks. I'm sorry, Utah. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta blow it up. Blow it up. Blow it up. Like this all season. Blow it up. Trade all your valuable pieces. All your valuable pieces. Every single one of them. Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Bogdanovich. All of them. Trade them all. Get some value. Get into a rebuild. Like they need to. They can't go much farther. They can't go much farther than where they are now. They can't. Without partially blowing it up or blowing it up completely. They ain't gonna go much farther than a second round exit. They can't get no superstar value out of Rudy Gobert. That man has a contract of a superstar player, but has to have the perfect defense around him. Because he can't do it. And you can't funnel him in. And you can't funnel him. You can't funnel the players, because they're going to kick it out. And it's going to be a wide open 3. And it's going to be the same thing over and over. That's why they keep getting cooked in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, they know how to scheme against them. It's the same thing. You attack the perimeter defense, make the help come out, pass, kick, 3, splash. We are winning because we are destroying y'all, because y'all perimeter defense sucks. And even though y'all have the best rim protector in the league, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because when he has to help, he's leaving his man open for a wide open 3. I can't blame him, Rudy Gobert. I actually want him to be the first guy to be traded. And him be traded to a good defensive team. Like the Bucks. Not the Bucks. No, not even close. I don't know, like the Warriors. Or maybe somehow a Celtics trade with, I don't know, if Rudy Gobert was on a better contract. But he'd probably be a good team. He'd probably be good for the Celtics. I don't know. Or maybe the Hawks. Maybe they become the Utah Jazz of the East. I don't know. But Utah, blow it up. Mavericks, I'm actually saying that the Mavericks could potentially be a sleeper team. I don't know. It matters how they handle Phoenix. But they could be potentially a sleeper team in the West. Like, they could potentially be a sleeper team because they actually did better with the Porzingis trade. They were actually good. And 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 for me, I think the Dallas Mavericks could be a sleeper team, and and if they could get like that rim protector, imagine they get some like if they get like somebody like Miles Turner who can rim protect and shoot, like a good rim protector and a good shooter. Oh my god, they'll be a good team. They'll be a contender. Like if they could get somebody like Miles Turner on their team, bro, I'll be that team will be great. Um, Now we're going to talk about the 4th, 5th seed. I think I messed up the the Sixers are the 4th seed. Then oh my god, I'm dumb. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Bucks Bulls series. Bucks and Bulls. I expected it to be a 5-game series. It like Chicago, they were on that slump. They're on that slump. At the end of the year, I wasn't thinking they were going to turn it up, and injuries just came and took them out. Zach LaVine missed Game 5. Caruso missed Game 5. Lonzo Dave, and I feel bad for Lonzo because he couldn't even play in the playoffs, man. Your team misses in the playoffs, and you can't even play. Like, that sucks. Because this is, the first time he's been on a playoff team, and he wasn't even able to play? That sucks. That does suck. Yeah, that sucks. Now we're going, but Milwaukee. I watched game. I watched Game 5. Milwaukee. They are going to be. I feel like Milwaukee, if they get past the Celtics, they're going to be heading to the finals and potentially a championship. Imagine who they face in the finals. Now let's talk about the second round. We are going to start with the East. Miami and Philly. Miami is 6. I say 6 in case Embiid comes back. He's not traveling with the team, but he's most likely going to come back. He's going to come back. If he does play, I feel like the Sixers can potentially push to 6, maybe 7. But I don't have the confidence that they will win this series. So I'm saying Miami is 6. Now let's go over to the Western Conference. Phoenix versus Dallas. I'm saying Phoenix is 6. Because they're the more experienced team. They have more chemistry. They've been together basically 2 years. While the Mavericks has only been partially together for half of the season, basically. So that's the trade deadline. And also, Chris Paul is going to dominate this series. Chris Paul and Devin Booker is going to dominate. Because the Mavericks, they don't have no... They have like a couple few defenders like Dorian Finney-Smith, but they don't have anybody to guard Chris Paul. Like they could put like a bigger guy on him, but that could potentially mean a smaller guy on somebody like Mikal Bridges, or maybe Devin Booker, maybe Cam Johnson, maybe Jay Crowder, something like that. Like say if they put Luka on him, they will have somebody like Jalen Brunson or Spencer Dinwiddie on somebody like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Devin Booker, and oh my god, Cam Johnson. Yeah. Also, it really depends on Devin Booker's health. If Devin Booker is at least 75% of what he is, he's like 75%, then Phoenix is going to win. If he is not looking good and he looks like he came back too early, then I'll be worried about if Phoenix is going to make it past Dallas Mavericks, I would definitely be worried about if they face either Memphis or Golden State. Now we're gonna be talking about Golden State and Memphis. I say Warriors. It's 7. Reason why? Simple. Experience and shooting. Experience and the splash trio. I expect one of either Steph, Clay, or Poole to be going off of the entire series. What I've seen from Game 5 is that Golden State, they are a great team. They are still good enough to beat a team, even if one or two of their best players are not playing well. Jordan Poole had a bad game in Game 5. Clay did not have a good game in Game 5. Steph had 30, and they still won. I feel like, to me, at least one of these 3 players have to go off each game. Like one of these 3. I also feel like it is a very even match. Both teams will and can go small. Memphis have been going small since Game 1. They've been doing it well. And Golden State has basically been going small the entire season. They've been going small since, I don't know, Andrew Bogut left the team. I don't know. They've been going real small. So, yeah. But I see Golden State is 7. And a very close 7 games. Now let's talk about the conference finals. The Eastern Conference Finals. But it's in the second round. Milwaukee and the Celtics. Right now, I think Milwaukee is up like 12 or something in the fourth quarter. I think they are winning this game, right? They are going to win this game, right? Yes, they won by 12. So, right now, I say Milwaukee is 7. Milwaukee is 7. Simply because Giannis is dropping 4. Okay. I feel like it really matters because it really matters how they guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Milwaukee. And how they are able. And for the Celtics, is how they are able to handle Giannis and how they are going to be able to handle the shooters. Because if the shooters are going off like they were going in the Bulls series against the Bulls, oh my God, they'll win. They'll win that series. So they have to worry about Giannis and the shooters. No Chris Middleton, that's going to be tough. But I feel like it could be a possibility that, like, he is out for the rest of the series. That does suck. But I gotta say so. If the shooters come to play, if the shooters like Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, Grayson Allen, even though I do not like that dude, I feel like he's kind of an X factor. Brook Lopez all come to play and are hitting their shots. Milwaukee's winning this series. If not, Celtics are going to be heading to the conference finals. But nope, I predict Milwaukee is 7. So the effort for my predictions is it's going to be Phoenix versus Golden State in the conference finals and Miami versus the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. Okay. I gotta say, This is actually kind of fun. I approached the 30-minute mark now. So, yeah. I hope you guys like the video. I really do hope you guys do. I'm back. I'm back to recording videos and posting them actually when at the right time and the right day. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, bye. I'm out. Peace.